Did you see that NIST has released a new concept paper about securing AI systems? Now, it's not a rule book yet, but it is a draft framework that sketches out where the risks are, and then it invites businesses, researchers, and security professionals to weigh in. Let's talk about it. Now, the goal is to adapt NIST's well-known cybersecurity controls, and then it brings in the challenges that AI has. So then that means organizations can defend against threats while still using AI safely for everyday business. Why does this matter? Well, you see, AI systems don't look like traditional IT assets. So instead of just software code, they include things like training data, model weights, and then prompts. Now, and prompts are the instructions that we give AI to complete a task. So each of these creates a new way an attacker could interfere or misuse the system. And that is why NIST is creating these overlays for its existing cybersecurity standards. Now, you have to think of overlays as detailed add-ons. So they'll explain how to apply standard security controls in a very specific context to AI. Now, key areas that NIST is focusing on are, they've identified several scenarios and where AI is already being used in businesses, and then where the risks need to be managed. The first one is generative AI. So generative AI, Gen AI, is a type of AI that creates text, images, or code. Now, one common setup is something called retrieval augmented generation. Now this is, or RAG. So RAG connects an AI model to a company's internal knowledge base, so it can pull relevant documents before answering questions. Now, the risk is that if a knowledge base isn't protected, then these sensitive files could leak out. Or if the context is tampered with, then the AI could give false or manipulated answers. Number 2, predictive AI. Now, predictive AI powers things like credit scoring or recommendation systems or fraud detection. It doesn't create text, it predicts outcome based on past data. So the risk is if an attacker were to poison the training data, and the predictions would then be manipulated. Now, if models aren't updated carefully, then they can drift and become unreliable. Number 3, which are these single agent AI systems. Now, these assistants or copilots, they work with one user. For example, a coding assistant that can access internal source code, or even a business assistant that can schedule meetings and draft emails. The risk is if the assistant has too much access, it could accidentally or maliciously take actions a human never intended. Fourth is multi-agent systems, AI systems rather. So here they're complex and they do complex tasks. So imagine one agent pulling the data, another one analyzing it, and then a third one sending the result to the customer. The risk is without the right safeguards, these agents could just go off script and they could escalate privileges or even create feedback loops that spiral out of control. And then lastly, they want controls for AI developers. They want to guide people building AI systems. That includes securing coding practices, managing the risks of dual use tools, so AI can be used both good and bad, and for documenting models properly. Now, what does this mean for everyday business? Many companies are already using AI in tools like copilots, chat assistants, or predictive analytics. NIST isn't asking you to reinvent the wheel. The overlays are meant to slot into your existing cybersecurity program. So if you already have policies for identity access or incident response and logging, now these overlays will help you apply those same protections to the specific part of the AI system, like training data, model behavior, and outputs. You might be asking, okay, well, how does this fit in with the other NIST efforts? Now, it will build on NIST's AI RMF, which is the AI Risk Management Framework, and its earlier research on adversarial machine learning. The overlays are meant to be practical. So instead of just telling you, be careful with AI, they'll tell you how to implement protections in real world scenarios. Bottom line, this concept paper is an invitation to help shape how the U.S. will guide AI cybersecurity in the years ahead. If your business is experimenting with AI, whether it's a chatbot to help answer customer questions, maybe it's a predictive model for fraud detection, or an internal copilot, so you're going to want to watch this closely. Now, getting involved now means that you can influence practical controls in real-life world scenarios businesses need, not just theoretical risks. I'm Paige Hansen, co-founder of Secure Labs, and I hope you enjoyed this breakdown.